Welcome to Syndicate 22's presentation, where we introduce you to Sync Beauty. Let's meet the team. Leslie, Merle, Khomotso, Mokhobedile, Tandiwe, Mapule, Shireen, and Natalie. The South African beauty industry is one of the largest in Africa, valued at $3.2 billion in 2020. The industry caters for a large demographic due to the minimal barriers to entry. South Africa, like many countries, experienced hard times in COVID-19. Social and economic activities were impacted. The need for beauty and wellness services, however, did not decrease. However, the fear of leaving one's home to get those services had grown. According to Seshloho 2020, 40% of salon businesses were negatively affected by COVID, and the gap between the services needed and those available had grown. However, companies that offered an online business like Netflix survived the pandemic and continue to be successful. To address this need, Syndicate 22 introduces Sync Beauty. Sync Beauty is an online platform that provides on-demand access to a variety of beauty and wellness services. Service providers can use the platform to showcase and offer their services. Customers from the app can purchase at-home beauty services. Now, I'll hand over to Tandi.
Thank you. Now let's discuss what the Sync Beauty app can do. Some of the notable features are that the app can work seamlessly on both Android and iOS devices. It offers a live chat function. It offers an automated diary management function, as well as a geolocation tracking function. Some of the benefits are that customers have the convenience of accessing beauty and wellness services in the comfort of their homes. Customers may choose to book on the app and then go to the service provider's premises should they not wish to have the service provider coming to their home. Customers get to save a lot of time. Small businesses are able to reach a larger customer base, and customers are able to choose bundled services for special events. The digital technologies behind Sync Beauty are cloud computing, which is used for hosting the platform, Internet of Things, where GPS sensors on users' cell phones allow customers to not only select from service providers that are closest to them, but to also track the movement of service providers coming to their home. Big data. A rating system has been built into the app to allow for better customer satisfaction. And then a future development will include machine learning, where users' preferences will be analyzed so that the app can provide them with targeted service providers as well as adverts. Let's briefly run through the process a service provider would use when registering onto the platform. So they would need to first create a profile. They then need to complete the digital form and attach all of the required documentation. Once submitted, the information is made available to the Sync Beauty team in order for them to make a decision on the application. Thank you. I will now hand over to Khomotso.
Thank you, Tandiwe. I will be looking into Sync Beauty SWOT analysis. So firstly, looking at the strength. The app will offer an opportunity or a flexibility of booking and either going to a salon or receive the service at the comfort of your own home. Secondly, with regards to weakness, bad internet connectivity or bad service from our service providers can discourage the customer using our app going forward. With regards to opportunities, at the moment, we don't have many businesses that offers the same services as Sync Beauty. So as soon as we hit the ground, many companies will want to associate themselves with Sync Beauty. Lastly, looking at the threat, cybersecurity is one of our biggest concern, as well as the customers and service providers exchanging numbers, hoping to bypass our app and hoping to get the service. Now let's look at the other established businesses that offers the same services as Sing Beauty. So mobile app based on demand beauty and wellness services app are growing in popularity not only internationally market but also in South Africa. Internationally, companies such as Soothe, Style B, Felix, BU, Beauty and Beauty Link, they are well established. In South Africa, the development of booking apps such as Booksy, which is a mobile app and a desktop app used for appointment settings for registered beauty and wellness service providers, has helped with the popularity and growth of the digitization of the beauty industry. Beauty content creator Michelin Damasi added to the industry by launching an on-demand platform called Malachite, which currently includes services such as makeup, nails, hairstyling, and barbering services. I will be handing over to Mapule.
Now we look at the budget overview. The first phase is the initiation phase, which entails the design and development for 410,000, testing and project management 40,000, and the marketing 25,000. The initiation phase is costing 475,000. The execution phase entails the launch, which is 1,806,000, the employee upskilling, which is 75,000. The total for the execution phase is 1,881,000. This is then followed by the monitoring and control, which has the app hosting and back-end support, which totals to 90,000, and overheads 140,000. The total for the monitoring and control is 204,000. The total budget overview is 2,560,000. The rollout plan. The first stage will be the planning and market research, which will be for 2 months, followed by the outsourcing of app development, which will take about 2 weeks. Following the outsourcing will be the development of the platform, which will take 2 weeks, and then the advertising of the mobile application will take 1 month. Following that will be the vetting of prospective service providers, which will be for 2 weeks, and then the beta version launch and testing, which will be for 1 month. After that, there will be refinement that takes place for 1 week, and then finally the launching of the app, which will take 1 day. And then post-launch will be the monitoring, which will then take 1 month. Thank you, and handing over to Leslie.
Thank you, Mapule. Me and my colleague Godfrey will take you through the BMC for Sun Beauty, covering all the variables here that outline the values of Sun Beauty. The customer biggest value proposition is the convenience of getting the service in the comfort of their home. Sun Beauty app makes it possible through seamless, fast, affordable, on-demand booking. After registration process, the customer will have access to the variety of services with upfront pricing. Bundle services is also available, such as wedding bundle, which involve multiple suppliers managed by Sun Beauty. The service providers making use of Sun Beauty app can utilize the app to groom customers and market themselves, which provides additional income for them. The key activities of Sun Beauty. The key activities involve platform development, optimization, continuous improvement of existing value proposition, customer support, and maintenance of the app algorithm. Through this activity, Sun Beauty can provide uninterrupted, smooth services to its client bases, ensuring improvement, better engagement, and support between the service provider and the customer. In order for these activities to work, Sun Beauty integrate other activities such as marketing, communication between parties, customer service, and more. resources of Sun Beauty. Sun Beauty operates under the following key resources: its brand, technology platform, the network of service providers, the mobile app platform, and the booking services. The platform forms a bridge between the service provider and the customer by ensuring continuous improvement of its assets and its technology. The algorithm used for the app. Sun Beauty brand will expand and become popular in the near future for its customers across the country and the continents. Who is the key partners of Sun Beauty? Sun Beauty key partners is the service providers from cloud computing, IT application support to beauty service providers and more. These service providers are the supply chain of Sun Beauty. Without them, the company will never reach its end user, the customer, or its value proposition. The cost structure of Sun Beauty involves development and maintenance of its platform, marketing and acquisition of new clients, the customer acquisition costs. Other important costs involves the hosting service fees, legal costs, bank transaction fees, research and development investment, customer support costs. I will now hand you over to Godfrey, who will further elaborate on the business model of Sun Beauty.
Thank you, Leslie. Even though the application is free for anyone to download, Syndicate has adopted three revenue streams, namely a commission-based model which strategically targets organizations with an annual turnover of less than 500,000, where a 15% commission charge is imposed on every successful booking. Our second revenue stream is derived from larger and more established organizations with an annual turnover of greater than 500,000. This model is on a subscription basis and incorporates advertising as an added benefit. Our final revenue stream is derived from advertising on the website or the app interface. How we interact with our customers plays a crucial role in elevating overall customer experience. This is implied in how we acquire, retain, and grow our customer base. Our strategy entails providing automated processes that are key to efficient customer service, self-service platforms for ease of use, and finally, extensively studying customer ratings and reviews to ensure improved customer experience. To communicate and reach our customers in order to fulfill our value proposition, we will use desktop and mobile devices as a channel, extensive use of social media and digital marketing, and finally using traditional and offline marketing such as print media and radio. For whom are we creating value is a key question we asked ourselves. The answer to that question led us to segment our customers into sellers and buyers. Sellers comprise of individuals or organizations that own premises where the service will be provided, and also sellers who offer on-demand mobile services in the comfort of the buyer's home. On the buyer's side, customers are segmented into 1. Buyers who demand in-house services for convenience. 2. Customers who don't mind traveling to procure these services after a successful booking on the platform. And lastly, buyers who want bundle services from, say, a stylist, nail technician to a makeup artist. This is all arranged for the client's convenience by Sin Beauty. Beauty with a purpose. Over to you, Shireen, with the organizational architecture.
Thank you, Godfrey. I'd like to talk about the organizational architecture. This gives an overview of the different building blocks that make up the way an organization runs its business. The goal for us is to create an organization that provides ongoing value to current and future customers, while also optimizing the performance of all components of the Sync Beauty platform. Elements that need to be considered include the purpose of the business, its value proposition, the teams that make up the business, and how each team will run its operations in terms of technologies, processes, and culture. Having a clearly defined organizational structure makes executing our strategy much easier. There are many models that have been developed over the years that we could have used to start. But this is Lee's model. It is an organizational structure, architecture framework that addresses the why, what, when, and how Sync Beauty is going to operate. We looked at factors in the macro environment that could affect the business, looked at the internal running as well as the technology element, given, of course, that we are in a digital age that has not yet reached its peak. Strategy, vision, and mission is an important first input into the organization. Sync Beauty's strategic goal is all about creating a hub for all of our customers' needs, a platform to showcase and offer services for others to buy. With our vision, Beauty with a Purpose, we hope to transform the beauty industry by making services more accessible while playing our part in growing the South African economy. Performing an analysis of the macro environment using the pestle model was a critical step for us to understand the overall environment in which we want to do business. From a political perspective, the industry is currently self-regulated by the Cosmetics, Toiletry and Fragrance Association of South Africa. They are an independent body that works closely with statutory bodies within South Africa, as well as abroad, to develop standards and regulations. Economically, the convenience of going to a beauty service provider is less of a luxury than before. But after COVID-19, we've realized that the industry may not be as resilient as we'd like. We understand the strength of brand loyalty in South Africa, and for Sync Beauty to build that loyalty, we need to consistently exceed our customers' expectations. The internet has revolutionized the beauty industry, and Sync Beauty is well positioned to leverage those digital advancements. Collaborating with partners that share sustainability and environmentally friendly goals is the future of this industry, and we embrace that. And lastly, it is imperative that not only Sync Beauty, but our stakeholders all operate within the law. It is important to know whose needs you are serving as an organization. In other words, who are the recipients of what Sync Beauty has to offer? We looked at this from an internal perspective and identified our employees. We then segmented our external primary recipients, service providers, and customers into categories. For example, service providers with an annual turnover of less than 500,000 Rand are categorized differently to those with a turnover of greater than 500,000 Rand, and we may choose to address their needs differently. Similarly, with our customers. Now that we know who the recipients of our organization are, we can begin to define what we deliver to them. Let's take our previous example of service providers with an annual turnover of less than 500,000 Rand. What we offer them, as well as our other service providers, is access to the digital platform to showcase and offer beauty services to Sync Beauty's customer base. They get this service free, while those with a greater than 500,000 Rand annual turnover pay a subscription fee. Both are also charged a percentage of their booking fee. Customers have access to the platform too. However, they can buy the beauty services on offer, with some buying at-home services and others buying a spot at a salon. In essence, this exercise allows us to identify the desired outcomes for the identified recipients. An important part of any organization is how they deliver. Processes combine the activities and resources in a sequenced manner to be able to deliver on the capabilities promised. In Sync Beauty, our processes represent everything that we do to deliver a service to our customers. It includes the activities, the participants, and the resources that are needed, as well as how they go into delivering the outcomes for all our stakeholders. Defining the processes that make up Sync Beauty solution starts with mapping the core processes. From these core processes, we can start to look at the sub-processes that are required. Here's an example of our simple customer booking process flow that starts by checking if the user has registered with Sync Beauty. If not, this process branches off to another sub-process. As we progress through, we can easily follow the steps to complete a booking, including whether a payment needs to be made or not. Here we see the registration sub-process from the previous slide. It is triggered when the user wants to register with Sync Beauty. Simple to follow. We see a service provider completing the registration, and if successful, they are added to the supplier database and notified. If unsuccessful, a rejection notification is sent. If the user is a potential client, a similar process is followed, and if successful, the client is added to Sync Beauty's client database and notified. If not, he will be notified too. Natalie will now explain further. Thank you.
Thank you, Shireen. We will now look at the structures and systems that will enable all those processes. We have decided on a hybrid model which mixes internal and external structures and systems, such as having a combination of permanent staff and contractors for our workforce. And for the systems, we have outsourced some of the services, such as the hosting of the app, and some will be maintained on our premises. Once the structure was clearer, we looked at the key KSAs required to successfully run our business. We identified that we would need experience in finance, IT, marketing, sales, customer relations, and business analytics. Fortunately for us, most of these skills already exist in the team. The roles that we would need to fulfill would be the customer services team and adding an industry specialist to the business analytics team. Upskilling and continuous training will play a vital role in ensuring that the current team is aligned with the business strategy and its requirements. Anyone joining the team from here on would be required to have the necessary skills to fulfill their respective roles successfully. Now that we have the what we are going to do, how we are going to do it, and who is going to help us do it, we need to make sure that we have the necessary technologies to enable the business to run smoothly. We would need physical infrastructure, front and back office systems such as communication software and your IT systems, as well as administrative tools and stationery to help run the business. We are now going to look at organizational culture. As the famous saying goes, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So it is vital for the business to drive the correct culture for successful implementation of our strategy. We would define a Sync Beauty employee as a self-starter who is passionate about innovation, who is business-minded, and understands the power that comes with collaborating with others. As a business, we will be promoting these behaviors through reward programs for exceptional performance. We now look at co-creation. This is how we ensure that our value proposition remains aligned with the customer's true needs. To encourage customers to give us input on how we can improve our business, we have a point system where customers can earn points for reviewing and rating our services. For service providers, we will offer free advertising for suggestions we can implement into the business. Collaboration is essentially how we will not only keep up with our competitors, but it also enables us to stay at the top of the food chain. We have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you.